Hey guys, surprise video. Welcome to Seattle Sonics basketball and Suspension League on 2K22 on my Nintendo Switch. Finally, some basketball, hopefully later baseball content. How you guys doing? January 2023. This says, of course, on the screen, April 3rd of 2022, because I never really finished the season. I sort of watched games. I watched the expansion teams I put in the league. We have 6 new teams in the league. Seattle Sonics is one of them. I followed the Sonics. I controlled the Sonics. I controlled the roster and personnel and playbooks and players getting minutes, hired the coach, all that. So I controlled the team. This is my first year in expansion league. Right now we're 25 and 54. It's been a long season of watching, some epic wins and some really bad losses. If you look at it, we've lost 3 straight. We don't have a good home record. We're not good on the road. We don't score any. We're averaging under 100 points per game. We're not doing very well. And so I just wanted to get into this. This may be a long video because I just really want to just set the table. I also want to get a game in, one last game in before I go into the offseason. But here is our roster as it stands right now. Jalen Suggs, he's the rookie, on a rookie deal. Pretty good season. I think he could have done a whole lot more. He should have done a whole lot better. But, he's not Cade Cunningham, who is with the Vancouver Wild right now. He is not Cade Cunningham, but he's a good player. Wait a minute. I did not mean to do that. Not used to these controls. I averaged 17.9 a game, 4 assists, rebounds, 2.7 rebounds. What you would expect from a rookie. He's from Gonzaga. I really like this guy. I'm just looking at everything right now. Inside scoring. The one thing I'll say about him is he's just not good defensively, especially in the post. He seemed to struggle there. Got scored on a whole lot. Got scored on easy. Did not really do very well as far as his defense. We need to get his defense up. He's got 5 badges in finishing. He's got 5 in playmaking, but the defense and rebounding's at a 2. He's got to improve. He's got to improve there, But he'll have time. He's on his rookie deal. He's gonna have time. But right now, he's just not the guy right now. But he'll get there. Jay Crowder, I think, has been my Jay Crowder. I got him for another 2 years, and I'll probably let him serve out that 2 years. But I just expected better. I just expected more from him in the post. He just seems to get beat very badly. You know, seems to be. He has no defensive presence whatsoever. He's had games where he's got say 18 boards, but that's very rare. Very rare. It doesn't happen a lot. In fact, he's averaging 4.8 rebounds per game versus 6.8. I don't know. I'm looking at stuff, and this stuff don't make any sense. This game has way too much stuff in it, man. This game is ridiculous. He rates a C in rebounding. The post defense is at a B, but it didn't seem that way. It seemed like every time I watch a game, everybody was dunking, going down the middle, and dunking on us. His defense and rebounding needs work too, but of course he's 31 years old. It's not going to get any better. I got him for another year, and then I can make a decision on whether I want to keep him, which I most likely won't. I'm looking to draft forwards and centers for this team to help it out, help our defensive presence out. Ricky Rubio was the guy, he's a vet. Really didn't do all that well from what I saw. I think we're gonna move on from him. And he most likely will go into free agency. Most likely, I am not gonna look to keep him. Um, just doesn't do enough. When he's in the game, he doesn't do enough. Seems to always, get beat, defensively. Never takes big shots. Just not the guy that I think should have been mentoring Suggs. But he's a vet, and I think he'll serve us well later. Tristan Thompson. Uh, I'm fine with Tristan. I think he does pretty good. I'm actually not really messed up with keeping him. At least he has some defensive presence. He's got but with him being in free, I can either pick him up for another year, he'll go to free agency, I can pick him up, or I don't have to, and I probably likely won't because I just don't think he's the future. So he feels good about here. I'm leaning towards resigning with the team once the season is over. Well, he might. I might resign him. It's not bad. It's just not great. And Hassan Whiteside has been injured most of the season. He's not getting paid much. I'm not paying him a lot of money, but he's just been injured, and I just don't. I just can't deal with a guy that's just injury prone like this. He's a great player. He just stays injured all the time. I just can't afford it. He really didn't have a presence this season. I remember he was in it. He's got an 8 in defense and rebounding. He's great when we have him, but he's just always injured. I just can't. I just need someone that's going to stay healthy. So Hassan Whiteside, I'm probably leaning toward letting him go. I mean, we went 25 and 50 something. I mean, we're obviously have to get better, have to rebuild. We have to get new talent, man. We're just not good. Trey Burke. I like Trey Burke, and he's cheap, and he's back for another year. He's on a team deal. He's fine. I don't look to get rid of him, but he's not a playmaker either. I want us to get tougher in the paint, and I want us to have some sort of outside presence shooting the ball. And Trey Burke, as my shooting guard, does not give me that. So he's basically going to be a bench player at this point. And we got Kenrich Williams. Don't remember what he did. Most likely just a role player. He'll obviously be probably back with the team. I mean, just a role player. Tony Snell is getting old, and he can make some shots, but I just think he's too inconsistent. What's his thing right now? Let's see. I signed a new contract. I'm happy here in Seattle, and that's all that matters to me right now. But most likely, if Tony Snell is not on a contract, I most likely will not bring him back. He's good for next year. Most likely going to be a bench player. Tony Snell just doesn't do it. Right now, I got him in the starting lineup, and he's not really doing anything for me. So I just don't see myself keeping him. Gary Harris, mostly role player. A guy that'll be there. Wonder what his thing is as far as contract. Playmaking, defensive rebounding. I'm sure he's not signed till next year, though. I just don't see it. I don't see why I would even sign him for a long period of time. They're not showing his contract. What's his contract, guys? I don't know. They won't show his contract. But I'm sure he's only got, he's 2 years. He's 2 years, $25 million. I signed him that long for that much money? Yeah, it ain't going to work. I That ain't gonna work. Fernando's a young player. I'm just trying to see. He's gonna be with the team for a while. He'll get better. 23 years old. I want youth on the team. I don't want to just go with an older veteran squad. We're not going vet. We're going young. I want to improve in the draft. Get some pieces here and there in free agency, and that'll be about it. I do not want us to be reliant on veterans in this series. I want to see new players, you know. So he's got a 1.78 million. I can choose to pick that up or not. Probably, I most likely will, given that he's young and he didn't do bad. He had some good. He had some good. He did some good things. Not perfect. And Trey Mann never even saw the court. He's one of my late. It was a late draft pick. I don't think I really did much with him. I'm feeling upset about where things are right now. Well, he's saying I'm done with Seattle. I'm moving on to a new team after the season. Well, I don't know what to say, dude. Take your ass on. But I mean, are you going to start over Suggs or Rubio? No, you're not. You're not going to start. You're just not good enough. Stevens, another role player. Didn't remember him doing too much. And Cody Martin. And Grant Williams is 23 years old. Could be interested in keeping him too. Matt Thomas, another shooting guard. One thing you notice is 31, 31, 31, 32, 29, 27, 30, 27. You can say 26, put 26 in there, 27. I want a younger squad. I do not want these older players, a lot of these older players who are not highly rated. If you're going to get an older veteran player, you want them highly rated, and they're not highly rated enough. I did all this. So my thing is the draft, and let me see. What do they do? Okay, draft board. This is my draft board. I'm looking to bring in some guys. O.J. Douglas could be an interesting center. He's ranked the number one draftee, so I think he'll get picked up. Hopefully, I hope in a draft lottery we get up there, because I really need a really splash player, and it'd be nice to get my big man problem solved, especially at center. Could use another good shooting guard. Don't really want a point guard, but I can switch the point guard to a shooting guard. I could do that, so that might work. But mostly I'm looking for big men. Small forward would be nice, power forward would be nice, and a center would be nice. But I gotta see what I want to do. Let's see. And of course, these are the expansion teams: the Baltimore Barons, the Pittsburgh Forest, Cincinnati Bobcats, the Seattle Sonics, San Diego Surf, and the Vancouver Wild. We'll play the Vancouver Wild in this little video I'm putting up right now. But we'll check league standings. Right now, I mean, if you look at the West, where the Sonics are, New Orleans Pelicans are 58-21, Memphis Grizzlies 54-25, Golden State Warriors 51-28, Dallas Mavericks, Los Angeles Lakers, the Jazz 4-34, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, the Clippers, San Antonio Spurs are under 500, Oklahoma City, Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns, Vancouver Wild 30-48, us at 25-54, Houston Rockets at 23-54, Surf at 20-57, Trailblazers at 19-59. They fell off bad. Wow. What the heck happened? Last season 42-30. They were essentially a playoff team. How can you be 42-30? Aren't we playing like 82 games? I don't know. It's weird. They still got Lillard. Gordon Hayward, Nurkic. They still got pieces. How the heck you go? 19-59? Head coach Chauncey Billups. Billups. You gotta have defensive problems for one. Just a bad team. Just a bad team. So I think Portland is the worst team in the Western Conference, even worse than these expansion teams. It's hard to believe. And we'll look at our team real quick. We rank conference rank. We rank 15 out of what, 16 teams? Well, wait, it's actually 18 teams. So we are like Portland's at the bottom. We're 15. So okay. Average age 26. Fan interest at 83.6. A large size market. We get to winning. Everybody's going to love Seattle. And there we are with our highest rated players, a 78 overall, and that's saying something. We do need some depth. I do want to get some young guys, but we do need some help for this Seattle Sonic team. Of course, the coach, assistant GM, all these guys will likely be back. Can't blame them. It's a suspension year. I didn't expect much, and I didn't get much. We lost, and I did watch the game where we lost to the Wild. We'll play them again, see if we can get them. Current season, 79 games, 25-54. We'll look at some stats here. Offensive rebound. Hard to, if we compare it to other teams, though. You have to compare this stuff to other teams to get a really good view of what you did and what you didn't do. All I know is we seem to get beat a lot in the middle. We were soft in the middle, and we couldn't score enough points to keep up with other teams. That's the only thing I know. We just didn't do it. We just couldn't keep up with anybody. Over there in the East, Atlanta Hawks, probably the best team in the league, in the entire league. 55-22. Chicago Bulls 52-26. Bucks 50-29. Sixers 49-28. Heat 48-29. Brooklyn 48-30. Magic 45-32. Cleveland 44-34. Knicks 43-34. Washington Wizards 43-34. 23-35 for the Pacers. 42-36. Boston Celtics 42-36. Then you got the Raptors falling below 500. Pistons, I hate that, 22-54. Bobcats, the expansion team, 21-56. I would watch games where they played Cleveland. It would just be like a real, it would be like a professional franchise taking on a college team. That's how it felt. Hopefully, Cincinnati can change that in the future. You got the Force, you got the Barons, and that is it. The three expansion teams were the worst teams in the league. And actually, the Baltimore Barons are the worst team in the league. Absolutely. Who's on their team anyway? I don't think they had a really bad team. Thought they did pretty good. We'll see. They got John Wall, so that's good. You got John Wall. You think, oh, yeah, we got John Wall. We'll be pretty good. They weren't. They don't really have anything else. They got Seth Curry. Seth Curry's on their team. Torian Prince, who's super old now, probably. They had the same problem we had. You just don't have the players. You got a decent player surrounded by a bunch of aging vets who are not as good as they were. That's the problem you have. And they rank dead last, power rank at 36. So they're the worst team in the league by far. And of course, playoff picture, which we're not involved in. You got this is your playoff. So Timberwolves, Clippers could make it, but probably not. And then you got the East, the Hawks, the Bulls. Cleveland will probably make it. New York is definitely out. Well, no, it ain't bad. It's a game. We got games left. That could change. So, but we're not involved, so we don't care. And of course, we look at lottery odds because that's what we're looking at. Is the draft lottery. Baltimore Barons are the worst team, and then the Pittsburgh Forest and the Trailblazers, the Surf, the Bobcats, the Pistons, and I think they're having. I think they did a swap with the Rockets, so they might lose their spot. Yeah, they'll lose their spot because Detroit will be up there, and then of course the pick that Detroit wins in the lottery will go to Houston. I wonder, and whatever you got out of that, it's not even worth it because you went 23-54. I mean, you didn't get anything out of that. What'd you do? Houston Rockets picked seventh, but they'll go to the Miami Heat. We're already winning. We didn't trade our draft pick. We want to draft. We want to draft high in the draft. Hopefully, we can get a good draft pick and turn this thing around. Kind of reminded me of the Vancouver Wild and how that went. You know, we definitely want to start competing. We look at the rookie report. It's LaMelo Ball. Of course, this is 2021-2022 season. I'm just getting back into this. LaMelo Ball, most likely going to win Rookie of the Year. Cade Cunningham had a great year. He was great. Cole Anthony, Kelly Parker, who was really Cade Cunningham, but he's a Bobcat. That's the funny thing about 2K. It's like Herbert Coleman for the Surf, Joffrey Chambers, Dwight Harden, and then Suggs comes in at 10th. Good year, not great. Wish he did a little better, but of course, you know, you got to have talent around you, and we don't have that. And LaMelo Ball is he really that good? I think he's that good, but I don't know. I wish you could compare like different teams, like the winning team and how they win, and then look at what you're doing. All I know is you look at that 96.8 points per game, everybody averages way more than us. We're averaging 96 points per game. Only the Barons are actually, we're worse than the Barons in scoring points. I mean, you can just tell by these losing teams around us why we're so bad. We just don't score enough. We just don't score enough. We don't hit any threes. Offensive rebound percentage. Well, that's about normal. Defensive rebounds. But I think it's just, I mean, you can pretty much tell just by looking at the scoring why we don't win. We don't score enough points. We just don't. We'll get off here. No, we'll get off here. So what do I want to do today? I want to get in a game and get used to being back with 2K. Wait a minute. I thought I got past this Nugget game. We'll get by it now. We'll just sim through it because I don't feel like playing it. Bucks, Barons, Forest, Bobcats. I do like this feature. You can go to any of my expansion teams and watch their games, so that's pretty cool. But we're not going to do that. Forest at Bobcats. That would be an interesting matchup to look at. But we're not going to worry about that. We'll see what we do against the Nuggets. And I didn't mean to do that. I think I messed up. But we'll just go through it. I imagine we lose. Oh, we actually have a lead. Slow it down a little bit. Slow it down a bit. We'll probably win a game. We haven't won a game in a while, and they pull away. And that's going to be another loss. Great night for Jokic. We lose again. We lose again. Not surprisingly. Let's see that. Of course, they're 43 and 37. They're obviously in the playoff hunt. We are not. Jokic, 24 rebounds. That's insane. Cody Martin actually did pretty good. Suggs 15-1, 12 and 7 for Greg. Rubio 11 and 7. Just not enough rebounds. Crowder, is the center. 2 rebounds. That's all I get. No, he's not a center. He's a forward. 10 rebounds for Fernando. I do got Tristan Thompson on the bench because he's complaining that he's tired, and I'm tired of him complaining that he's tired, so I took him out. Field goals, 3-pointers. 8 for 49. We went 12 of 39. That's a lot of threes. They got to the free throw line a lot. Points in paint. Second chance points. They had more of that. Bench points, assists, offensive rebounds. Yep, we got out rebounded there. Defensive rebounds were close. Steals, blocks. Turnovers were about even. Let's lead 11. Yep. Now I'm going to look at my game plan, see if we have players that are. And right now, I'm not really looking to change the roster. Everything's about going to stay the same. Bernardo's going to start. Rubio's there. And Harris is cold, so he's not getting that many minutes. Martin is hot, they say. Well, if you're hot, I can probably put you up here. Toy Snell. I do need a spark. And Tony Snell's just not giving it to me. So we'll go with Cody Martin. Move players only. And yeah, we're taking minutes away from Snell. Not you. You. Harris is. I got Thompson out, and I got Whiteside, of course, out because he stays injured. Oh, man. I could give Trey Mann some minutes, but that means I have to switch him to shooting guard. I don't feel like doing it. Plus, we're losing anyway. This is how bad you get when you're 20, whatever, 26 and whatever. You're just terrible. And you just want the season to get over with. It's miserable. You feel miserable. Everybody's miserable. And you have to play a game. But we're going to watch this game, a little bit of this game. And that'll be it for the season. I'll get to the off-season video later. I'm just going to play this game real quick. Bobcats, Nets, Spurs, Surf. Sonic Wild. And this is really no different from the 2K20 experience I had with the Vancouver Wild. I know with 2K with the next gen, it's a lot different, and I didn't like it. I had it on my Xbox Series S. I think it was on Game Pass for a little bit, and I just took it off because I'm like, they done made it where this thing is like almost difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult. One last name, and it will this time be Suggs versus Cunningham. Last game I didn't do that. I benched Suggs because he just wasn't doing anything, wasn't making any shots, was getting beat defensively, and I took him and put him in the second rotation. I'm like, dude, if you're not gonna do this right, I'm gonna take you off I'm gonna take you out of starting lineup. So before we begin the 2K trying to sell you a game stuff, I decided to take it off. And they actually have 2K23 on sale. I actually was thinking about getting it. But of course, I got a Series S, not a Series X, which has no disk drive, and I'm starting to regret that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I got certain games I play, so I'm not really too much worried about it. Mostly, I've been on this Switch a lot more than the Xbox anyway.
Thanks for joining us here on Today's Sports for NBA basketball. Those in Seattle facing Vancouver. This is Kevin Harlan, by my side, Chris Weber, and Greg Anthony from the sideline. Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Yes.
And Vancouver starts out with the ball. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. We got Jay Crowder, Suggs out there, and Fernando.
Samson, yeah. That's what he did the last game. Beat us down deep. But yeah, I'd actually designed this Vancouver Wild team. The court, everything. The only thing I didn't get to design, of course, was the logo. The logo was kind of weird. I changed it, and I think that kind of fits. It's the best logo I could do. Of course, it don't look like the logo I had, of course, with the you're going to get beat with Bledsoe. Yep. Getting beat defensively. That's what we do. Yeah, with Bleds. Yeah, I couldn't get the logo that I had with the Vancouver Wild in the 2K20. So, but I think that does the job, even though it kind of looks kind of weird. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna enjoy the offseason video, see what we can. I enjoy the process of trying to make a team better. I think that's one thing I love about franchise is the fact that you get to have a chance to make the team better. And that's pretty cool to get to do. Put Martin in there, and right now it's not paying off. But you look for any kind of spark, and I just really kind of want to see, if these guys can actually do something. Now that's right there. Now that's what's up. And that's one thing he's good at. He's good at penetrating and getting in there and getting them and finishing at the rim. One thing he's not good at is finishing with layups and all that other stuff. But he can finish good at the rim if he gets up there. That's another shot by Bledsoe, and it goes in. That goes in. Last game of the season. That's a dub. Yes. Sucks.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide. He had a very little resistance.
Cunningham versus Suggs.
And there's the foul on Jim. That's his first foul.
He ran into him, though.
The defense was just there a little late. On defense, Seattle. It's a three-point game.
Burks don't get beat.
Off target at the rim.
Luckily, did not make
He
it.
struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being in the deep cut.
Of course, the Seattle uniforms, I did not design that. That came from someone who designed this, and he did a great job. I mean, if Seattle had a team, you would definitely look at this design and say, yep, this is the design that you would want. You wouldn't call them the Supersonics, you just call them the Sonics, and you would have this type of team colors. The team colors look great. The uniform pops. It's really nice. But it'll look a lot better if you're winning. Because when you're losing, no one cares about your uniforms. You're losing. And that's what I hate. You go right into the defensive trap and you lose the ball because you're just trying to be a one-man show. He is the first scoring option. I made him that way because he's the rookie, and we just get beat in the middle again by Chester Sampson, who seems to own us. But it's going to take a minute. I'm actually loving the process. I love the process of offseason and trying to build everything and make a team better. I did it with Detroit, with the Lions. I've done it, with the Wild. And that's the question I'm also having. I don't know if I'm going to continue the Wild, again. But I do got my Xbox One here. I could do it, but I kind of want to get on with the Sonics. I think that's more of a build. I think I've already built the Wild up to be a playoff team. And this is a little bit more exciting because this is like starting from the beginning. Get in there. No, and he can't finish. Comes Kate Cunningham. Who's the call the foul on? Fernando. Yeah, that's just weird. And Sampson, of course, is glowing red right now because basically he owns my Sonics in the paint. Here comes the defense right there. And it's up. Rebound. Come on, Crowder. Good job. And got fouled. And one.
First personal, it's going to be on Obi Toppin. And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen. Then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off. Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
And that's what I like too. Suggs is good at passing the ball at times when he's not trying to force it. That's what I want him to start doing. More assists, less trying to be a one-man show. And Sampson's just killing us.
He hasn't missed a single shot. And you can see why Cunningham elicits comparisons to Luka Doncic.
Get in there. Good job.
Basketball IQ and shows a maturity beyond his years. Here's Cunningham.
We can actually win a game before this season ends. It'd be nice.
Tries again.
Yeah. Really bad post defense. I gotta fix it, man. Really bad post defense. We just don't have anything. Suggs is turnover. Just give it to Sampson. He's been killing us. I got Burke on Cunningham right now. Oh, yep. Pick and roll. Get beat with the pick and roll, too. It's just ridiculous.
On his back and carry. He could put up 50 plus numerous times in his career because he has deep range, can break down defenders off the dribble, and if you run two at him, he will immediately find the open man.
Get it? Fernando. And you still couldn't make it.
Simpson's got 4 rebounds tonight. Beyond the arc. Little can't hit it. Seattle trails by 6. Crowder kicks to Suggs. Pass to Burke. Now here is Martin. Passes it to Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. From 11 feet away.
No.
This is off the left eye. Vancouver by 6.
Just don't score enough. Bledsoe. Yep.
Bledsoe's got 20 points in the game.
He's pulling out all the tricks this court. They can't figure out how to stop him.
And the first time out of the game for Seattle.
Well, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over. But the defensive intensity has to pick up.
And there goes our problems. We can't defend. We don't do good defending the paint. We can't make shots. And that's our problem. And at this point, I'm just like ready to just get rid of a lot of pieces, or bring in a lot of pieces to help us out. Of course, the thing is, you can only have 14, 15 players, so eventually I got to get rid of a lot of people. There's going to be some bench players I keep, but for the most part, a lot of these guys are going to be gone. As you see, Snell miss a shot. We got the backups in there. I will, of course, not watch this whole entire game. I'm not going to torture myself like that. You kind of know already what we got, and it's not good. There goes another shot they're going to make. Nope, they don't make it, surprisingly. And that is not going to cut it. Our bench is really bad. If our starters aren't really getting it done, it's going to get worse when the bench shows up. It's going to just get worse. Oh, boy.
Inside. There's Williams.
Oh.
So Vancouver will take it the other way. Pass to Jerome.
Thing you hate, though, you realize that they're an expansion team, too. And they're better than you.
That one's no good. 0-1.
And they're not going to playoffs either. But they just look a lot better than you.
The pass to Stevens. Can they get it?
No. And that drought is for real. That is almost a 4-minute drought. You're not scoring.
They've been beating them to a loose balls and rebounds.
Rubio actually made a shot. Of course, he was wide open. Man.
1:37 left in the first. Here's Jerome. He's started by Williams.
Got it. Oh, I want to say this. The second rotation is actually playing better defense. It's one thing I noticed.
1:09 left to play in the first quarter. Williams finds Snell.
Come on, Rubio.
Now, here's Rubio. He's
Oh.
covered closely.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Jerome. He's guarded by Williams. Jerome passes to Jones. Fires from deep. Doesn't go for him. Snell goes the other way with it.
Get in there, Snell.
Snell.
Yes, sir.
Comes off an assist from Williams.
A little bit of fight, man.
Snell can score inside. Has some solid living.
Not bad.
Pass to Jerome.
Of course, their second rotation's pretty bad, too. They're not great.
And Jones has it in the corner. And there's Vancouver missing.
Vancouver's missing some shots.
Here's Snell. Passes it to Rubio.
And I hate when he takes those shots. You're too contested. I don't know why you're not passing the ball.
It's been all about Eric Bledsoe for Vancouver. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
I'm muting it, of course. We're going to just go to the fourth quarter. Hopefully it's a game within the 5 minutes and I'll watch it. But if it ain't a game, I'm not watching it. We're just trying to end the season. Get this season over with and get to the offseason. Start simulating. Oh, we got a lead. Wonder how long that's going to last. I remember one point watching the game because I watch it on my Switch OLED all the time. I watch games. I've been watching games this whole time. Back watching, the actual games and parts of them, and we had an 8-point lead to a team, and we're in the fourth quarter. I'm like, we're gonna win a game, and we lost. And I was just like, man. And we just don't have the horses, man. And we're going to lose a 5th straight game. And we do. We lose 106-99. Not surprising. It's just the way our season has went. It's been pretty bad. Let's look at the box score. Sampson, 20 points, 10 rebounds. That's all he had was 20 points. I thought he'd do better than that. Cade Cunningham, 12, 4, and 8 assists, 2 steals. Toppin, 15, 7. Bledsoe, 16, 3, 4, 2 steals. Okay, Sonics, 18 points from Rubio, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Crowder, 16, 6. 11 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists for Suggs. Not great. Need him to do a little bit more, but we just don't have the horses. And I probably should have played Tristan Thompson, but at this point I'm tired of him crying about how tired he is. It just gets old. I'm tired. I'm tired too of you crying about not being tired. First quarter was even. We were put away in the second quarter, and that's good to see. Then we got outscored in the third, and we got outscored in the fourth. We didn't stand a chance against. And I hate that because I'm like, this is one of those matchups I wanted to see, and I thought it'd be competitive. And it definitely was not competitive. We do not belong on the same court with the Wild, who obviously are not also a not playoff team. And so we'll go into the last game of the season. We've lost 5 straight, and this is becoming painful to watch. 25-56. It's getting painful. And what do you do? What do you do? Well, you don't make too many changes. You're ready for the season to end. Really doesn't matter what you do. The team is bad. I'm thinking about benching putting Suggs in the second rotation again, and I'm probably just gonna go ahead and do it. Rubio's got the hot hand. Put Suggs in the second rotation. Thomas is hot too. I could put him in there with Burke. Players only. Wait a minute. I didn't do that right. Players only. Okay, that's what I'll do. Swap minutes. Yep. Give the hot players some more minutes, and everybody else will be on the bench. Might play Thompson this time. It's the last game of the season. Play Thompson. I'd rather play Thompson right now. We'll give Thompson swap minutes, move players. Everyone's get some playing time. Fernando will be on the bench because I know Fernando's coming back. I don't know if these other guys are coming back though. And Harris is still cold. I'm still gonna keep everything where it's at. Well, this ain't invalid. Oh, someone's missing a minute. Give the minute to get to Burke. Okay, we're good now. Snell, Crowder, Suggs. Okay, we're gonna get off that. Second option is gonna be Thompson, and then I'm gonna move to. Nope. That Rubio. I got Rubio at the top. In fact, no, change that because I changed the rotation now around. Crowder, Thompson, and Rubio. All right. Change that around. And Hassan Whiteside stays injured. All right. Last game of the season. Finally going to get to it. Can I cancel this practice? Because it really kind of doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll give them a rest day. You guys suck so bad, we're going to not even practice. We're just going to hope you can win this game against a Spurs team that, well, they're better than you, but they're probably still not going to make the playoffs. We're on the road in San Antonio, and we're going to simulate to see how things go. Pistons at Bobcats, Wild at Trailblazers, Sonic at Spurs, Bears at Raptors, Surf at Mavericks. We'll do the Sonics at Spurs. All right, time to simulate. See how things go. Last game of the season. And yeah, there we go. The scoring drought. They start scoring. And yeah, we just can't match this. We just can't match them. It's going to be a bad end to our season. As we lose by double digits yet again to another team that's not going to playoffs like we're not going to playoffs, but for some odd reason, we just can't beat these teams. And we're going to end our season on a bad note, losing 6 straight games to non-playoff teams. He isn't expected to miss any time. We don't have any time. Season is over. And the season is over. We lost, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 straight games. We did beat the Force. That was our last win. And that was last month. We're terrible. We are terrible. 6 straight loss for Suns on defeat to the Spurs. We are officially at the bottom. I guess Rubio got hurt or something. Doesn't really matter. Our season is over. We go 25-57. Who do we play for the Spurs? Murray, DeRozan. Yep, they actually have talent. I think that's Kemba Walker. They got a lot of talent. They got some talent. We obviously don't. Stevens 18-5. Thompson had a double-double. Then Jalen Suggs with 11 points, which is not enough. And Rubio was terrible. Rubio was actually terrible. I actually should have gave more minutes to Suggs, but I was just kind of frustrated with everything. So it's a frustrating way to end our season, man. 3-pointers, free throws, that's for points in paint. Yep. Good chance points, bench points, assists. Out rebounded again. Out rebounded. Biggest lead, 21 points. We had a 2-point lead at one time. We are terrible. We are terrible. And that is why I have to build this team. 25-27. That's why we end our first season as an expansion team. This is not, of course, not good. And we're definitely in, yeah, we need to build. And I guess that's all the games. Did they not simulate all the games? Well, we're not the worst team, but we're definitely not far from the worst team in the league. But the Barons are really bad. But we're looking to the future. That's the only thing you can do in this situation. It's just you have to look to the future. Social media says. And the thing about this game is there's a lot of things I don't really remember. A lot. Like now, of course, I go to the calendar. Okay, what am I supposed to do to go forward? I don't want to reveal box score. I'm ready to get to the off season. How do you do that? There's a way to do it. I forget. I haven't played this game in a while, man. I'll figure it out. Only thing y'all guys need to know is, yep, our season is over, and it was really, really bad. 25-57. I don't think the Wild did that bad, but it was bad, but it wasn't this bad. This is bad. And then we lose 6 straight to end the season against teams that aren't making the playoffs. It was terrible. Team chemistry's at 44%. Just not a good basketball team. We're just not good. We're just not a good basketball team. We're not good at all. Okay, I can simulate through date. And that'll probably get me into the. Okay. Stephen Curry is your MVP. Why am I not shocked? Melo Ball is your Rookie of the Year. Cole Anthony is your Sixth Man of the Year. Jonathan Isaac is your top defensive player. Malik Beasley is the most improved player off the surf. Coach of the Year goes to Willie Green. I don't know who he's coaching, but I'm pretty sure they're better than us. That's the only thing I know. NBA first team. All NBA Stephen Curry, Trae Young, Adenakupo, James, Abayo. Second team, Harden, Ball, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Jokic. Third team, Wall, Westbrook, Jaylen Brown, Kawhi Leonard, and that guy. Defensive team, Ben Simmons, Dunn, Isaac, Kawhi Leonard, Abayo. Mitchell Robinson, Drew Holiday, George, Antetokounmpo, Davis, Robinson. Rookie team. No Suggs. Second rookie team. No Suggs. Let's advance. And there you go. You got the play-in tournament and all the rest of it. So there's the playoff tree. And you got the playoff tournament, play-in tournament. I guess I could sim the play-in tournament. I could just sim that and just set the playoffs. Might do that now. Simulate play-in. We'll simulate play-in. And the playoffs are set. New Orleans, Clippers, Dallas at the Lakers, Warriors at the Jazz, Grizzlies at Denver, Hawks at Nets, Sixers at Heat, Bulls at Magic, and Bucks at Pacers. So that is your playoffs. It don't involve us. And that is it, guys. That's me finally doing something with this 2K22 I bought last year. I've been meaning to do something with it, but I was having Supercharger, of course, and DeMontre James, and that series interests me. I just wasn't into basketball at that point. I'm trying to get back into different sports. 2K is really good. I know I'm going to do some stuff with the show with the Tigers, get into different things, get into different things I want to do. So, I'll have the opportunity to do that. So I'm really just happy just to be back here and having a chance to do another build. I love rebuilding these franchises, and I get a chance to keep doing it. So with a game that's a lot better than Madden in a lot of respects. So I really love it right now. Guys, hopefully we'll get a Sonics offseason video, I think sometime next week. I think that's the one I'm going to start trying to do it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.